Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Wednesday, making sure I get my days right. Thank you so much for being here with us. I hope that you are okay wherever you are. I hope that you had a lovely evening. I hope that you had a lovely start to your morning. And yes, if you're out here in the Bay or out here on the West Coast, you know, it is much early. Appreciate you joining in. Appreciate you making the extra effort to be here with us on Storytime. And remember too, if it's one of those days where maybe you have to get to school or indeed you have to do so many other things, you can always catch Storytime at your convenience at storytimewithmrlimata.com, at Storytime with Mr. Limata on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Instagram. Thank you so much for being here today and absolutely appreciate you. We bring back another one going straight for the heart, and this one is called SORA'S SEASHELLS. Yes, the award-winning book, the newly awarded Ezra Jack Keats honor book. So yes, indeed, we are bringing all the specials here to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining us. SORA'S SEASHELLS, HELENA KU RHEE and Stella Lim, and of course JI-HYUK Kim bringing us this one in conjunction with Candlewick Press. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you are ready for it. And remember too that you can find it always at your local library and indeed on the Storytime platforms. Thank you so much for joining us today. Absolutely appreciate you. And talk about messing up days. Completely forgot that yesterday was Tuesday, and yeah, missed a meeting I was supposed to attend, but yeah, we'll make up for it. I know today's Wednesday. Catching up on my days. Thank you so much for being here. How is it where you are? Everything okay? I hope it is. Thank you so much indeed for being here with us on Storytime. And remember too that on March 26th, 2024, Marietta Apollonia comes here to Storytime to showcase a brand new book, Wombat and the Family Tree, that will be coming out on the 26th. And I'm excited to have her back here on Storytime. And of course, also to check in and be in conversation with all of us and let us know what she's been up to. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope that you make a date and join us on the 26th as well. Coming up really fast. Thank you for being here. Absolutely appreciate you. And yes, our book for today is SORA'S SEASHELLS. I hope you are ready for that one. Thank you indeed for joining us here on Storytime. And who is here with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story? Good morning to you. How are you doing today? Kathy, thank you for being here. Luna, good morning to you. And out there, it is sunny and warm in Ohio. Well, it's been raining out here in the Bay. should be letting up today. We're continuing with a bit of rain, but I think it should be letting up as the day goes on. It gets lighter and lighter, so we can enjoy some dry weather for a bit. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Thank you for sharing and letting us know how it is out there in Ohio. It seems like the place to be right now. Sunny and warm. Enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. We'll be right back for our book for today, coming to you from Candlewick Press, and I'm excited to share this one, SORA'S Seashells. And of course, good morning to all our regulars joining us here on Storytime. Later on in the evening, Ari and Megan, thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Amanda, Bia, and of course, Marlin out there in Seattle, Washington, sending you extra love. Bowden, thank you for joining us. Braylon and Chad out in Natchitoches, Louisiana, thank you for being here with us on Storytime. And yes, indeed, wherever you're joining us from, I hope that you had a lovely, lovely time. I hope that you are having a wonderful time, whatever you are up to. Storytime will be right back after this very short break for our reading of today's book. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime.
Hi, my name is Zetta Elliott, and I am the author of 40 books for kids, including Dragons in a Bag and A Place Inside of Me. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Zetta Elliott. Amazing books that she has created. And we have her brand new self-published book that will be coming here to Storytime. And that one is called Blue Boy. I cannot wait to share it here with you on Storytime. So keep an eye out for that one coming to us. Brand new from Zetta Elliott. And if you missed our conversation with Zetta Elliott, I encourage you to find it. Go back and see the amazing, amazing presentation that she had for us here on Storytime. Yes, indeed, Zetta Elliott, creator of many amazing books, including the award-winning A Place Inside of Me. Yes, and please go and find those at your local library or wherever else that you find books. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Our book for today, SORA'S Seashells, written by HELENA KU RHEE and illustrations by STELLA LIM with JI-HYUK Kim. And of course, we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. A big thank you indeed to them for allowing us to share so many wonderful books here on Storytime. SORA'S Seashells, coming right up. Here we go. Go and grab what you need. Go and grab your snack. Grab everything that you need to enjoy this story time even more. Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you so much for joining us. Lauren, how are you doing? And you're saying it is a very good morning out there in Southern California. And it is drenched. I know. I think we're right in the same atmospheric river. It has been wet up here too. Please do stay dry. I hope that your neighborhood as well is safe. I know that there's places where it's been too much rain, right? And it's been I just saw the Niles Canyon road not near here. Part of it collapsed. So just, yeah, so much that is happening. I hope that you're staying safe. I hope that indeed we're checking all those weather conditions as we go out, and of course driving a little bit slower if we're driving. And if you're out there as a pedestrian, please try and get that reflective jacket or something so we can see you, or so you can be more, to increase your visibility out there, how visible you are out there. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. SORA'S Seashells, coming right up. Here we go. And good morning to you, April, as well. I hope that you're doing well. And of course, Alicia, Jemison, Lindley, and of course, Finn. SORA'S Seashells, HELENA KU RHEE, illustrations by Stella Lim with JI-HYUK Kim, and of course read with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. Sora's grandmother, Halmoni, visited from far away every summer. The day after she arrived, they took the bus to the beach, where they combed the shore for seashells together. Yeah. Do you get any visitors in the summer? Or maybe you're visitors right now. Is it your favorite uncle visiting? It might be. Or maybe your favorite aunt. Sora's grandmother, Halmoni, visited from far away every summer. The day after she arrived, they took the bus to the beach, where they combed the shore for seashells together. They found shells with pale pink lines, others with smooth white ridges. Some were as big as Sora's hand, others as tiny as a button. Halmoni chose the prettiest shell and tucked it into her pocket. On their walk to the bus stop, Halmoni placed the shell on a bench. "Why did you leave the shell there?" Sora asked. "Can't we take it with us?" "It's a gift," Halmoni said, "for anyone who sees its beauty." Sora glanced back at the shell. She wanted to take it home, but she followed Halmoni onto the bus. "Yeah, why did you leave it there? Can't we take it with us?" "It's a gift," Halmoni said, "for anyone who sees its beauty." When they went back to the beach the next day, the shell was gone. "Halmoni," Sora said, "someone took our shell. It wasn't ours. It was a gift," Halmoni said. Sora didn't agree, but she didn't say anything. Instead, she decided to hide some seashells in her pocket when Halmoni wasn't watching. It's like, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. When they went back to the beach the next day, the shell was gone. "Halmoni," Sora said, "someone took our shell." "It wasn't ours. It was a gift," Halmoni said. Sora didn't agree, but she didn't say anything. Instead, she decided to hide some seashells in her pockets when Halmoni wasn't watching. By the time Halmoni left, Sora had a jar full of shells. A few weeks later, Sora began kindergarten. Most of the kids were nice, but a few were not. One said, "Your name is weird." Another said, "Are you sure your name isn't Sarah?" Sora tried to ignore them, but her stomach hurt every time. Yeah. A few weeks later, Sora began kindergarten. Most of the kids were nice, but a few were not. One said, "Your name is weird." Another said, "Are you sure your name isn't Sarah?" Sora tried to ignore them, but her stomach hurt every time. She didn't say anything to her parents, but every week the same kids teased her. Mm. Sarah's stomach hurt every time. She didn't say anything to her parents, but every week the same kids teased her. And kids, if you're watching out there listening right now, if somebody is bullying you at school, teasing you in ways that you don't like, please let an adult know, okay? Let your teachers know. Let your adults know. And if you see something happening as well, even if not to you, let an adult know still so they can check in, okay? And make sure that others are okay too. But every week, the same kids teased her. One day, Cole came from far away with sad news about Halmoni. One day, a call from far away with sad news about Halmoni. A call came about sad news. Sora's parents explained that Halmoni was never coming back. Sora thought of all the summers ahead without her grandmother. She remembered how Halmoni would say her name with a soft S and a gently rolled R. She felt sad about everything, including the mean kids at school. All the bottled up tears began flowing. I want to see Halmoni, Sora cried. And I hate my name. I want to be Sarah. Yeah. Sora's parents explained that Halmoni was never coming back. Sora thought of all the summers ahead without her grandmother. She remembered how Halmoni would say her name with a soft S and a gently rolled R. She felt sad about everything, including the mean kids at school. All the bottled up tears began flowing. I want to see Halmoni, Sora cried. I hate my name. I want to be Sarah. Sora's parents looked at her and each other. Then the three of them went to the beach. They walked down to the shore. After a little while, Sora's mother picked up the most beautiful shell. It had pale pink stripes and smooth ridges, just like Halmoni's favorites. Sora means seashell in Korean, her mother said. Halmoni always said finding a perfect shell is like receiving a wonderful gift. That's why she suggested we name you Sora. Sora's parents held her close. You're our greatest gift, Sora. The three of them went to the beach. They walked down to the shore. After a little while, Sora's mother picked up the most beautiful shell. It had a pale pink stripes and smooth ridges, just like Harmony's favorites. Sora means seashell in Korean, her mother said. Harmony always said finding a perfect shell is like receiving a wonderful gift. That's why she suggested we name you Sora. Sora's parents held her close. You are our greatest gift, Sora. Yeah. The next week, Sora brought her jar of seashells to school for show and tell. I'm getting so tongue twisted right now. The next week, Sora brought her jar of seashells to school for show and tell. When she got up to speak, a few kids started giggling. Sora took a deep breath. In a loud, strong voice, she said, in Korean, Sora means seashell. My grandmother, Halmoni, told my parents that I was a gift, just like a perfect shell. So they named me Sora. Aw. Sora gave her teacher a seashell. She gave each of her friends a shell. Then Sora looked at the kids who teased her. Sora gave each of them a beautiful shell. One looked at the shell and said, "Your name makes sense now." Another said, "Yeah, Sora sounds like a superhero name." Sora was so surprised she could hardly speak. "Thanks," she whispered. One looked at the shell and said, "Your name makes sense now." Another said, "Yeah, Sora sounds like a superhero name." Sora was so surprised she could hardly speak. "Thanks," she whispered. Sora walked back to her seat. Her jar was almost empty, but she felt like she could fly with the seagulls. Wow. I want that classroom. Such a great view, right? Sora walked back to her seat. Her jar was almost empty, but she felt like she could fly with the seagulls. That evening, Sora asked her parents to drive her to the beach again. She placed the last shell from her jar on the bench as a gift for anyone who could see its beauty. And that is the end of our story. Beautiful illustrations, beautiful book, worth the award indeed. Yes, this one is now an Ezra Jack Keats honor book. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful story. SORA'S Seashells, written by HELENA KU RHEE, illustrations by Stella Lim with JI-HYUK Kim, and of course read with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. A big congratulations to HELENA KU RHEE, the illustrators Stella Lim and JI-HYUK Kim, and of course Candlewick Press on their award. And of course, a big thank you to them for allowing us to share it here on Storytime. Thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you on the other side of this very short break when we're back for more Storytime. Thank you indeed for joining us here today on Storytime.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Davis. I'm a children's book author, illustrator, and high school art educator. I am the author of 30,000 Stitches, the inspiring story of the National 9/11 flag, illustrated by Sally Warren Comport and published with Worthy Kids # book group. One thing that drew me to writing 30,000 Stitches was the idea that people from all different communities came out to stitch this flag and make it whole again. So I hope that when people read 30,000 Stitches, they remember the power of sharing our stories. When people came out to stitch the flag, they shared their stories, whether about loss or pain or love. We all have stories to tell, and by sharing our stories and listening to one another's stories, we can create a better understanding of each other and create a sense of connection and unity. And this is what creates a more inclusive world. I hope you enjoy your story time with Mr. Limata. Bye, everybody.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Amanda Davis. The power of sharing our stories. Absolutely agree with that. And in the book too, it mentions one of the kids that was teasing Sora mentions here, says here, your name makes sense now. But the important thing to take from that too is that it's not that Sora's name did not make sense before. It's just that the other kids did not understand, or they had not taken the time, that maybe even given the opportunity to learn, right? So that is I hope that we can take that away too from this, is that you're special, your name is special, who you are is special, your identity is special. And even though others may not understand that, just know that you are, and hopefully that we are given opportunities to tell our story. Hopefully you get that opportunity to share your story, and it is important to please always push to tell your story, right? So so others can understand, and of course too, so that we're just reminded of how special we are, because sometimes we need to say it out loud to ourselves even to fully appreciate who we are and what we bring to this wonderful world. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Please remember that you are special, that your name is special, that who you are is important. And yes, we need you in this world. We need your voice to be loud and clear. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. A beautiful book indeed. I'm so glad that we're able to bring this one back here to Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And Kathy, you're saying, what a beautiful book. Well-deserved award. Absolutely, isn't it? It is a beautiful, beautiful one indeed. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And Lauren, you say, reminds me of SORA'S joy. Oh, thank you indeed. Thank you. Absolutely appreciate you. And I hope that we continue to make those beautiful connections, that this book has evoked some emotions that are just just of love and joy, like you're saying, and so much more, right? Every time I read this one, it reminds me of my own times with my grandma Salia. Loved her to bits, love her to bits. And many special times spent together. And I hope that we continue to build those memories as well with our loved ones. That time spent, I hope that we continue to keep building those memories, because they do carry you. And even though my grandma, for example, for me, she's been gone a while now, but the memories are fresh. The laughs we had, and so many things that I think about and still laugh about today, just thinking about her. So I hope that we've been reminded today that we are special. Let's tell our stories. Your voice needs to be heard, right? And I was just thinking too of I have one of my best friends lives out in Baltimore, Vundikai. Big shout out to you, my brother. Something had happened too, where there was teasing of hair for my niece out there, and some of the kids did not understand why she had curly hair, and there was teasing and stuff that was going on. But we're all able to sit down and talk about it and just remind her of the beauty that she is, and of course the beauty that is her hair, of course. And so just sometimes we all need that little reminder, that little nudging. And as parents, as adults, please let us remember to check in with our little ones. Check in. How are you? How was your day? Is there anything that you'd like to share? Right? Just keep on asking, because sometimes we may not have created the environment for our kids to bring this information to us, but it is important that we do ask. And of course, we do allow for our young ones to process as well, and whatever way feels right. And for you, I hope that we're able to process those situations with our little ones. And of course, we continue learning too. We're always learning. Even as adults, we're always learning, whether it's how to approach issues or indeed how to address some of these issues. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. Good morning to you, Megan. Just hopping on to say good morning from a sunny and warmer Kentucky. Absolutely appreciate you. Ari and I may ride our bike to school this evening to time it out and see how it takes, so we are ready for the bike commute in the morning when it's warm enough. I appreciate that. I think that is a great way. I know of scouting many, I've worked before in a job where we had to scout locations for student camps, overnight camps, and things like that, and it was always fun. And I like the idea of scouting out your route and just seeing if it works with your bikes. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And a great tip for everybody that's joining in there today. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that evening bike ride is a good one. And of course, we hope to keep you company as you make dinner tonight with Storytime. Thank you so much for being here with us today. SORA'S Seashells was our book, a newly crowned Ezra Jack Keats honor book. SORA'S Seashells, written by HELENA KU RHEE, illustrated by STELLA Lim with JI-HYUK Kim, and of course, read with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. This has been Storytime for today. This has been Storytime on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Still a little wet out here in Oakland, but hopefully it dries up. It'll be drying up a little bit later on. We'll take that, and hopefully the sun comes out too. And to everybody that's joining us here today, I hope that the weather is kinder to you today. I hope it is warmer where you are. I hope it is just what you want it to be. Thank Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime. And of course, remember too that we are in February and this is the month of love, but also it is Black History Month. And here on Storytime, we will continue to share our stories. We will continue to share stories that empower, stories that inspire. And of course, every single day we will celebrate Black history. We will celebrate Black joy. We will celebrate Black excellence, Black belonging, and of course, Black being. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime and honoring Black culture as well. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. I hope that you enjoyed the book we had and looking forward to tomorrow's book, bringing back a favorite. Intersection Allies, We Make Room for All, written by my good friends here at Storytime. Chelsea Johnson, congratulations on your little one. And of course, Latoya Kanso, congratulations on your doctorate. And of course, Dr. Caroline Choi as well. And illustrations by Ashley Sale Smith. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And of course, Jennifer, a big congratulations to you at Dotier Press, the publishers of this one. And thank you for allowing us to share so many wonderful books from Dotier Press here on Storytime. Thank you indeed for being here. We'll see you again tomorrow when we'll be making room for all intersection allies coming right up. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Please have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. Remember too that March 26th, Marietta Apollonia will be here with her brand new book, Wombat and the Family Tree, coming right out. Please pre-order now. Of course, ask your local librarians, reserve it at your local library right now. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I will see you again tomorrow for more Storytime. Much love from me. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Read me all of the stories, some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of the stories. Read me all of the stories, some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all reading? We just can't wait to be hearing